starting.
Hey.
I'm not even cutting it. Go ahead.
What's going on, y'all? DNA. We're back one more time. I don't even want to talk about what's coming up this week. We did that in the last video. But here it is, once again Saturday. And it is clearly, for those of y'all that don't know, it's the fall foliage.
It's so pretty.
It's getting, you call it pretty. I call it, it's getting cold.
But it ain't got cold.
Yeah, but it's coming.
So this is ridiculous. It was what, 50 something.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was 70 something.
Mm-hmm. It was 40
now
degrees last night.
What is it? 65 today or something like that.
62 would be the high, and 42 or 39 would be the low. Last night when I came home, it was 40 degrees because I work second shift. And more importantly, do not forget to turn your clocks back.
Oh, it's this week?
That's tonight.
What's it real?
You don't want to go to work an hour ahead because you'll be mad as hell. You're like, oh man, I just made it. I thought I was late. I'm early. Damn. Now I got to stay here. Yeah, and then you're going to have to stay. So don't forget to turn your clocks back tonight.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
At 2 o'clock in the morning. Do it before you go to bed, or either do it when you get up in the morning.
It's best to do it before you go to bed.
What is today's date? Is it the 5th? The 4th?
Yes, the 5th.
The 5th. It is November 5th. You understand? So make sure you turn your clocks back this evening. That was me getting my Southern comfort on, for those of you that don't know.
Anyway, I saw this program, million programs, and it was mainly about game turf, I guess. And within this, it was this boy that got shot. It started off where he got shot, and they were trying to figure out what happened. A videotape came out where these two boys were shooting up, then they figured that's who did it. Come to find out later on, it wasn't even these two gangs. Of course, if they thought there was this gang, they thought it was this gang, so they were retaliating. Had nothing to do with neither one of them. It was another gang. So my thing is, when you want to retaliate and you don't do your research and find out exactly what happened, you just want to go back and get them. You killing more than just those people, because you might not even get them. You're going to get their family. Now, you didn't kill their family for nothing. Come to find out that it's not even y'all's beef. It's not even the two of you all. It's somebody else that made it think that was you all. At the end, the cop that needed to get to the bottom of it brought those two leaders together and told them you did, what you did, and it wasn't even you two. And you have to think before you do stuff like that, because you killed a man coming home from work. You killed 2 innocent kids. You're not thinking. You just pick up a gun and go. I'm going to show them, that we don't play this. If you're supposed to be, if he's on that end of town, you're on this end of town. Y'all taking care of y'all's community. That's not how you take care of your community. To me, you call yourself a gang, but I'm taking care of my hood. Actually, you're not. Because no matter what side of town you're on, you're still killing your people. When you retaliate against that person, you're still killing your people. You get that man, talk to that man, find out what happened, and y'all go from there. But when you go killing up people's families, you're not just killing his family. That grandma belongs to other children, not just him. It's just going to keep going back and forth, which is why it's stupid. That's why they have gang wars, and this is stupid. To me. I know you have a lot.
Oh, I'm about to dive into this. First off, let me ask you this.
Okay.
So you're saying collateral damage during a gang war is acceptable as long as you're killing the right people? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Maybe that's what came. Okay, I'm glad you said that. No, what I'm saying is it shouldn't happen at all.
Yeah.
You get so angry that you go and kill up this person's family that you thought or think.
Yeah.
My thing is, you mad at that person. I don't think killing should be done at all, but I can't stop what has been going on for so long. You can't. It's hard to stop something that's been going on for so long. Although you want to say y'all could handle this so much better than what you're doing, they're not listening to that.
Yeah.
So you put a gun in the wrong person's hands, you're gonna get what you get. But what I'm saying is, don't go shooting up people's families because you mad at one person and you can't find him. One go threaten your mama. Think about somebody threatening your mama. Because remember, it's a game, which means you want to threaten his mother, somebody can go threaten yours. You got your boys around or whatever, but all you gotta do is shoot them up too. It just keeps going.
It's a perpetual cycle.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, first and foremost, when I was coming up, I mean, gangs have been around since before I was born. But when I was coming up,
Tribes.
Yeah. But gangs have been around, you know, for the longest. All right. I mean, call it what you want, you know, FBI, COP, you know, Congress, call it what you want, you know, really. You know, of course, you know, you got the, you know, the ones that have been made famous, you know, in movies and television, you know,
Right.
the Bloods and the Crips and the thises and the that's, you know, and then you got the Latin Kings, you know, because I mean, I'm from New York, so I'm familiar with the Latin Kings. I'm not glorifying or condoning anything that any of them do.
Right.
Again, anything that any of them do. COP, FBI, Congress, Latin King, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone none of that. Okay? What I am saying is, when I was coming up, okay, when I was coming up, I'm from New York. When I was coming up, hip hop was in its infant stages. You know, and I mean, it was. I've seen people get killed. I've seen murders and things like that. You know, but it was a lot more hand to hand. If we had beef, you know, we could fight. You know, you throw your hands up, boom, we get it in. You know, you go home, I go home.
Right.
You know, if I see you tomorrow and I didn't like the fact that, you know, I got my ass whooped, or you ain't like the fact that you got your ass whooped, we could do it again. You know, but the point was, you know, you got off what you needed to get off, and everybody went home. You know, if you beat me up, I didn't go try to beat your mother up or snuff your grandmother.
Right.
It was nothing like that. You know, and I really feel like, you know, it takes a man to fight. You know, anybody could pull a trigger.
Yeah.
You understand? It takes 3 pounds of pressure to pull a trigger. You know, that's nothing. You know, that's number one. Number two, you know, I don't really even know the purpose of gangs. You know, I mean, some people say, you know, well, we're here to try to, you know, protect our community and make sure, you know, and some gangs, you know, I got a vague understanding of, you know, what some gangs were, you know, how they were supposed to be derived from the fact that this was the point of us trying to take care of our community, you know, to protect us from, you know, certain things that went on, you know, during a time period, and then it just evolved into something else. You know, I don't know because I wasn't there. I don't see how it went from trying to protect the community to becoming a menace to that very same community that you're trying to protect, you know, or to somebody else's community. You know, I mean, I wasn't in a gang. We didn't have a gang, you know, but we wouldn't let somebody, if a stranger came around and tried to do something to somebody that lived in the community, we don't know you, yeah, you was going to get a beat down,
Right.
you know, and you was going to get sent on your way, you know. But the point is, you get that ass whooping and you go about your business,
Right.
you know, because you know better than to come back here trying to do that. You're not going to come over here and do something to somebody that's over here. You know, that evolved from getting your ass whooped to getting a piece of hot lead in your ass. You know, now, you could beat somebody up and, you know, you'll get an assault charge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know how much time you get for that because jail is not my thing. You know,
Right.
but I know if you pull the trigger and you get an attempt murder charge, then that's a gun charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a discharging a firearm. You know, they got a slew of charges for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 9 out of 10, if that gun is not registered to you, you know, it might be dirty. It might have bodies on it. Guess what? If you get caught with that heater, you, the recipient of that body, or however many bodies might be on that gun, you know, you just may have got it from your mans in them. Yo, let me hold this thing, man. Let me go over here, man. This dude tripping, boom, boom, boom. You go over there. You don't even get one off. You get caught with it. You know? I mean, circumstances happen, you know? And these all come from, you know, this happened to me, so, you know, instead of me going over here and, you know, trying to, first of all, resolve it by talking and finding out what's going on, a lot of times, no, that don't work. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not trying to sell y'all no dream. You understand? I'm from the inner city. I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem. Okay? I'm not going to try to tell you, well, y'all need to go ahead and talk it out. Because that's not how it goes. You know? That's really not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, man, life is precious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you don't believe me, anybody that's ever had a child, seen a child born, you got a niece, nephew, cousin, you know, that you saw, you know, when they was little, and you like, oh man, you know, that's my little cousin, you know. When you come into this world, you depend on somebody else to make sure that you're gonna be all right. You know, and when somebody do something wrong, you know, now I'm not saying no, you talk it out, and you try to. That's not what I'm saying. You know, what I'm saying is, you really need to weigh the options.
Right.
You know, I mean, because some people feel like, you know, I mean, me as a father, I can tell you, you know, somebody do something to one of mine, I don't have no problem with doing jail time. For real, you know, because I'm a father, and that's, you know, somebody do something to somebody in my family, you know, jail is not what I'm thinking about, you know, and jail is not what these people tend to think about,
Right.
you know, but the difference is, once you get access to a firearm and something goes wrong, it's a lot easier to grab that and go,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to stop and think about it. Well, you know, and then you think and take his life. You know,
It's not your life to take. I never believed that. It's not your life to take. Yeah, no, you.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's just my opinion.
It's a fence. But anyway. But anyway, you know, I mean, in that aspect, I do agree with you. It's not.
This is a game thing.
It's not, no, and it's not your right to take someone else's life.
Right.
But it's also circumstances where this is why I'm saying you need to really think about it.
Right.
You know, once you sit down and you think about it, if you can get past that, what?
Right.
You know, that initial anger, you know, now you may come up with the same conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've thought about it and I've weighed the options and I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Okay, fine. You know, if that's what you're gonna do, then that's what you do, because then you live. If you live,
Right.
then you live with that choice that you made.
Mm-hmm.
You know, quite often it might be a situation where you say, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, and you go and they be waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not talking about they waiting for you, you know, when you try to ride upon them. They might be waiting for you when you step out your door.
Exactly.
Because they know you coming through.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, so it's just, you know, I really can't understand, you know, on one hand I get it, on the other hand I don't. You know, Don't get me wrong, I'm not no angel, like I said. You know, I'm from uptown. You know, and I mean, you know, for real. I mean, shout out to Sugar Hill. You know, but you know, there was a time in my life when I was a independent pharmaceutical engineer in an urban environment. You understand? And that sounds a lot better. That sounds professional. You can put that on a resume. You understand? For those of you that don't know, you'll catch up. But I understand. You know, I lived a certain lifestyle. I did certain things. You know, something else you have to realize is, you know, I keep telling y'all, you know, we on a ball. This ball is spinning around, you know, and it's 360 degrees. Everything that goes around comes around, you know, and, you know, when you do dirt, you know, when you play in dirt, you get dirty, you know, and I mean, any cliche saying you can think of, karma's a bitch, you know, because, you know, things will come back to you, you know, and they will catch up to you. You know, I don't know if it's karma, I don't know if it's the universe, I don't know what it is, you know, but it'll happen. You know, and those are decisions that you need to think about, you know. Oftentimes, you know, you might have heard the terminology sins of the father. You know, you may have been doing stuff, you know, for all intents and purposes, right. You know, the right way. And then something wrong happens to you not because of something that you did. You know, it might have been something that your brother did, you know. And sins of the father don't always mean your father. You know, it might have been something your mother did. Yet, you know, you understand, you know, there are such things as family curses. You know, I mean, I believe that truly. You know, I mean, I look at the Kennedy clan. And you can't tell me ain't nothing, you know, somebody had to do something somewhere along the line, you know, because you don't have that many people in your family just drop off, boom, 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 like that. Somebody did something, you know. But then again, that's just my opinion. I'm not, you know, putting no bad name on the Kennedy family or, you know, but I mean, it just, you know, history shows us, you know. But I mean, in as far as gangs, you know, just, you know, and every gang is not a bad gang.
True.
You know, you got some people that do get together, you know, but then again, anybody that's formulated in a group, they consider the gang. You know, so I don't know. I really don't know. You know, but just need to be careful and be mindful of your decision making. Because, you know,
Can't always go out on emotion.
Yeah, and every action has a reaction, you know. And that's science. That's fact, you know. So.
Right. I guess that does it for me.
Oh, well.
I think it answers some of my questions.
I don't know if it answered any of mine, but.
You can handle questions.
I always got questions. Until the next time, it's DNA. We're on this ball together. Y'all be good to each other. Turn your clocks back.
By the time y'all get this.
Yeah, well, by the time you get this, if you ain't turning your clock back, you late as a mug. But, yeah, you know, if you do that thing on November 8th, and, you know, that's what you do. Turn your clocks back. Be good to each other. DNA. I'm signing out.
Clocks back.